So before going into the presentation, let's give a quick review of the contents. So basically, we will be dealing with introduction. That is, what is an e-nose, the literature review, the difference between biological nose versus e-nose, need of an e-nose, the components which we have used in the project, the block diagram, the circuit diagram, the working principle of e-nose, the flow chart, advantages, limitation, application of e-nose, result and discussion, conclusion, future scope, and reference. Next slide. Now the introduction. So basically, an electrical nose is a device intended to detect odor and other hazardous gas like carbon monoxide, LPG, ammonia. So we can say that electric nose are engineered device that mimic the mammalian olfactory system. The mammalian olfactory system is the relating to the sense of smell. So we can also say it's an instrument that is designed to allow repeatable identification and classification of aroma mixture. So now the ENOS system is based on e-sensing. That is the capability of producing human senses using sensor array and pattern recognition system. The ENOS consists of certain mechanisms such as an array of electronic gas sensor that is for detection of different gases and air quality. It consists of a sensor room where all the sensors we will be using will be placed, and a display device, and a warning system, and an exhaust system that will exhaust the harmful gases. Now, ENO system is very important very important to avoid accident due to fire and other poisonous gases. Due to its fast response, we can take immediate action when poisonous gases is detected, and we can stop the hazard from happening. The next slide, please. The literature review. Now, after going through a lot of papers and article, we have found some of the basic common things which were mentioned in most of the article that is dealing with ENOS technology. So some of those are then that an ELOS, the electrical nose, is an instrument intended to mimic the human sense of smell. As I've already told, the electronic noses, e-nose, employ an array of chemical gas sensors, a sample handling system, and a pattern recognition system as stated in 3. In 2, an e-nose system is designed by the use of various parametric and non-parametric pattern analysis techniques. In 1 includes the use of linear and non-linear techniques such as discriminant function analysis, cluster analysis, genetic algorithm, fuzzy logic, and adaptive models for the design of ENOS system. In 7, the design of an electric nose system is based on the biological model work with a similar manner by substituting sensor for the receptor and transmitting the signal to a program for processing rather than to the brain. Now we can say that after reading all these articles and paper, we have found that the progress have been made on various sectors of ENOS technology or the sensor technology, and it has helped us to come with such an unique idea. As of for now, no such advancement has been made on this topic for best of our knowledge. Next slide, please. Now it is here the basic difference between biological nose and e-nose. So biological nose, so the olfactory epithelium which contains sensing cells that interact with the odor molecule. In case of e-nose, it contains different type of MOS gas sensor which can sense different type of gases. In biological nose, human nose cannot detect all hazardous and poisonous gas, but in case of e-nose can detect all type of hazardous and poisonous gases, while in human nose cannot determine the air quality, which can be done by the nose system. Apart from this, the biological nose has a mucous membrane and hair that acts as a filter. But in case of e-nose, it has an inlet sampling system that provides filtration. In biological nose, basically inhalation is done, whereas in e-nose, it employs a pump to smell the odor. In biological nose, the human receptor converts the chemical response to electrical nerve impulse. In case of eNose, eNose react with the sample and produce electrical signal. The next slide. Now the need of an eNose. So here the human sniffers are costly and less effective compared to electric nose. The eNose system have high speed, They have salient features like reliability. They are highly reliable. They have high reversibility, and we can also say that Enos has a wide range of sensitivity. Their detection of hazardous or poisonous gas is not possible with women sniffers. As Enos also overcome other problems associated with human olfactory system. For example, there may be like a great chance of difference in the value got by each individual by different human beings. It can also be used as an alcohol detector, an LPG detector, and fire detector, which we'll be using in our project. And we can say that the result obtained by Enos are fast and morely they are pretty much accurate. That's all for me. The next slide will be presented by my friend Kalyan Gogoi. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now I'm going to say about the components we have used in our project. The first component is microcontroller. We have used microcontroller AT89S52. It is also 8052 microcontroller. It is 8-bit microcontroller. Next slide, please. It is a 8-bit microcontroller containing 40 pins, and it is 8051 compatible. It operates in the frequency of 0 to 33 megahertz. 8K flash memory is present, 256 byte RAM. It has an input port of 4 and input-output pin of 32, which is also known as 32 programmable pins. Hardware interrupt, it has 3 hardware interrupt, a 3 timer, and operate in the voltage of 5 volt. Next component we have used is crystal oscillator. As we know, crystal oscillator provide clock pulses. It is important for the microcontroller to operate. The operation of the crystal oscillator is accurate, and the microcontroller consumes more energy. The crystal oscillator helps it to consume low power. And the next component is next slide, please. We have used the ADC. ADC is used because microcontroller cannot read the analog value. That's why we need to convert this analog value to digital value. And this digital, we have used the ADC of 12-bit because it has much more accuracy and precision than 8-bit ADC. Here we have seen that 12-bit is equal to 2 to the power 12, which is equal to 4096 equal pieces. And the reference voltage we can see we uses is 5 volt. For the 12-bit, we have done 5 divided by the equal pieces, which we get 1.22 millivolt. This is we can say that this is the millivolt is a resolution of the ADC. Next, we have used the voltage regulator. The voltage regulator is 7805. We have used this voltage regulator so that we can get the output voltage of a constant output voltage, because if there is more voltage is applied to the microcontroller, then it may get damaged. So we have used this voltage regulator. Next slide, please. Now let us talk about the power supply. We don't get the 5 volt power supply directly. We have to transform them from the 230 volt AC to 12 volt AC. We have done to 12 volt because the 7805 voltage regulator that operates to 0 to 12 volt. That's why we have done to 12 volt AC. Next, the bridge rectifier convert this 12 volt AC to DC, and then we can see that this voltage regulator that convert the 12 volt DC to constant 5 volt DC. Next, we have used a solenoid valve. A solenoid valve is an electrically controlled valve. The main purpose of this solenoid valve is to control the flow of gas to the gas chamber. As the more gas chamber will go to the gas chamber, it may fail to read fail to read the accurate amount. So we need to use a solenoid valve. Next slide, please. And our main component is here the gas sensors. We have used the MQ2 gas sensor. MQ2 detection is based upon the resistance and of the sensing material. It contains a sensing material in the gas sensor. And when the gas comes to the contact with the material, it senses. The main purpose of the MQ2 is to detect the LPG, smoke, alcohol, propane, hydrogen, methane, carbon monoxide. and concentration may be anywhere from 200 to 10,000 ppm. The sensing elements are aluminum oxide and tin dioxide, and also a tin dioxide layer is present. And next, as we have made a gas chamber, it contains a different type of gas sensors. We have also used the MQ6 gas sensor. MQ6 is used to measure the LPG and butane, and it also has the aluminum oxide and tin dioxide for the sensing. And we can see that this metal oxide contains the 6 pins, and which the two H pin are used for power supply and ground. The A pins you can see in the here, the A pins are interchangeable. These pins will be tied to the supply voltage, and then you can see the B pins also in the blue color, and B pins can be interchangeable, and if one blue pin is act as an output, the other will be pulled to the ground. And also we have used the MQ135 gas sensor. It is used for the air quality control, and it also measures the NH3, means ammonia, alcohol, benzene, smoke, and CO2. The next component we have used the LCD. The LCD contains the 16 pin. Those pins are, number 1 pin is for ground pin. The number 2 pin is for the VCC pin, where we supply the voltage. Next, third pin is the contrast pin, where we can adjust the brightness. The fourth pin is resistor select RS pin. The fifth pin is enable pin. Then from the 6 pin to 13 pin, these are the pins attached to the microcontroller, and the 15th and 16th pin are used for the LED that are operated in this LCD, and here the power is supplied for this LED purpose. And next we have used a buzzer. The buzzer just gives a sound when the hazardous gases enter to the gas chamber. And we have used the exhaust fan, which help to remove the poisonous gases from the gas chamber. It is a brushless DC motor, brushless because the DC motor are quiet and lighter, and the current is controlled by the microcontroller. No need of speed control circuit is required. My next slide will be presented by Julie Das.
Thank you, Kalyan. The next slide. Okay. Now I would like to explain about the block diagram. So as Kalyan has already explained about the different components used in our project, I would like to state the organization of the components which builds up the block diagram of our project. First of all, we have our microcontroller 8052, that is 8089S52. It is given power supply by the 7805 voltage regulator, a constant power of 5 volt DC. Now the microcontroller is in a starting state. We then connect the LCD to the microcontroller, the buzzer, and the exhaust fan. Also, we connect the ADC, that is MCP3204, to the microcontroller. Then the ADC is connected to the MQ sensor chamber, that is our sensor room, that is connected to the ADC. The sensor room is connected then to the solenoid valve. Through the solenoid valve, the gas sample is given to the sensor room. Next slide, please. So after the block diagram, I would like to explain about the circuit diagram. So in the circuit diagram, as we can see that the microcontroller is an integrated circuit and all its parts need to be connected manually. Parts are the crystal oscillator, the reset circuit. First of all, we connect our crystal oscillator and the reset circuit. Crystal oscillator is connected to the XTAL1 and XTAL2 pin, and then the reset circuit is connected to the reset pin. Then we have LCD. LCD is connected to the port 1 because no external pull-up resistor is required there. ADC is connected to port 0 and port 2. Port 0 has internal pull-up resistor. Therefore, we connect it to the ADC, and port 2 is bidirectional. Now the 7805 is not required here because 5 volt power supply is present in our Proteus model. Then the gas sensor is connected to the ADC. The analog value from the gas sensor is given to the ADC, and it converts the analog value of the analog value to the digital value. This ADC works on successive approximation type. This is the basic circuit diagram of our INOS. Next slide, please. Next, we have our working principle of INOS. The INOS consists of three main parts. These are the sampling system or the sample delivery system, then the detecting system, and then the computing system. In the sample delivery system, it enables the generation of sample or gas. This system then sends this sample to the detecting system. As we have our solenoid valve delivers the sample to the sensor room. Then we have a detecting system. It is a group of metal oxide sensors wherein the contact with volatile compounds is it produces voltage as an output. So here we have our array of sensors, that is our sensor room, where which is called the detecting system. Next, we have our computing system. The response of the sensors is recorded and displayed. Now, our response that is recorded and displayed, that is our LCD, which is the computing system. Thank you. The next slide will be explained by Bhrigu Kolita.
Thank you, Julie. Good afternoon, everyone, respected teachers and my fellow mates. So as the components has already been described quite well by Kalyan, I would like to state the organization of the components and the working of it with the help of a flowchart. So here we have a microcontroller 8052, sorry. It is given with a constant power supply of 5 volt DC as given by the 5805 voltage regulator and is connected and an LCD is connected with it, which shows the gas concentration in parts per million. Now we have a gas chamber in it. We use three gas sensors, that is MQ2, MQ6, MQ135, which components are explained quite well by Kalyan. And in that sensor room, we have a buzzer and an exhaust fan. And there is a solenoid valve for the proper flow and regulation of the gases. Now, we took a threshold value greater than 500 parts per million, which will show the gas concentration of the gases that needs to be sensed by the sensor. So now they're working. Uh, from the diagram, we can see that at first it is in initial stage and the values of all the components and everything is 0. So now when gas is supplied to the solenoid valve, the gas enters in the sensor room for the solenoid valve. The solenoid valve is used for the proper, proper flow of the gases. When the gas enters the sensor room and all the gas sensors are activated, as per the sensitivity of the gas sensor, it detects the concentration of the gases. The LCD shows the result, and when the gas concentration is greater than 500 parts per million, the LCD shows the result. The buzzer gets operated, and the exhaust gas starts, and it clears out the gas from the sensor room. Now, if the gas concentration is less than 500 parts per million, the LCD will show that there is a concentration of gas, but the other components will not be affected. So that's all. That's the working of our INOS system. Kishore, can we have the next slide, please? Now about the advantages. The main advantages of our project is its simplicity and low cost. This is a low power consumption and can be installed in household application, offices, or industry. It can also be used as a fire detector. It has an array of 1 to 32 sensors using a variety of different sensor technologies from organic polymers to metal oxide to microbalances. It is very efficient and can also detect toxic and hazardous gases. It can be also used in a vehicle to detect alcohol consumption. Overall, we can say that it has been proved a very reliable solution for odor control and environmental monitoring. It has also the ability to warn the stakeholders about different gases. If found toxic gases, the exhaust fan can be useful to remove the toxic gases. Now, as we all know, there are certain drawbacks and limitations of each and every instrument that we use. So we have certain limitation. Kishore, can we have the next slide, please? Okay. Now, some of the limitation of our project is the sensors are a relatively short lifespan, and the sensitivity is lost due to the presence of water vapor at high concentration. And now, due to the sensor drift, that is decrease of the age of the sensor of the component parts matured, and so it is unable to provide absolute calibration, that is the response to the sample concentration in order to perform quantitative analysis. And because of that, we have lack of obtaining qualitative data. Next slide, please. Now the applications. So ENOS can be used in many ways, like in medical diagnostic and health monitoring, in food industry, in short circuit detector, in pollutant detector. You can say in around the environment, we can use these portable devices quite easily. And it is very cheap and easy to use. Thank you. Now for the, before going to the result and discussion part, the heart of our project is MQ gas sensor. Now, how MQ gas sensor work and how MQ gas sensor gives us the result and sensitivity of different gases. So MQ sensor consists of a metal oxide semiconductor material consists of aluminum oxide and tin dioxide SnO2. Mainly, the working principle of the MQ sensor based on the change of resistance of the sensor when exposed to gas. So when before going to conduct the test of this sensor, we must connect the sensor to a 5-volt power supply. 5-volt power supply means the sensor needed a preheating time because this sensor consists of an heating element. So heating element is SnO2. So when we give a preheating time, so it absorbs the oxygen from the surrounding environment. So when it absorbs the oxygen from the surrounding environment, so resistance of the sensor is increased. So when its resistance is increased, then it prevents the flow of current. So when there is no gas detected, the voltage across this sensor is zero because when no current, so no voltage. Now, if we expose or some gases near this sensor, then what happens? The oxygen from the tin dioxide surface is decreased. So when oxygen is decreased from the surface of the tin dioxide, then its resistance is decreased. So whenever its resistance is decreased, so a small current flows through the sensor. And from the data sheet, the current passing through this sensor is directly proportional to the concentration of the gas, what is given to the sensor as a ppm, parts per million or milligram per liter. So when we give a very high smoke or gases, then its output voltage is increased from 0 to 5 volt. Normally, the MG2 gas sensor can be connected with the microcontroller into different types. Mainly, one type is directly connected to the digital pin or connected to the analog pin. But the connected to the directly to the digital pin is much not accurate. So that's why we connect this sensor to the analog pin from the analog pin. So it consists of 6 pins. Out of 6 pins, two heating pin and two are connected to the ground, and two is analog input and other connected to the load resistance. Mainly in the MQ2 sensor, uh, the load resistance and sensor resistance is much important because it directly related to the accuracy. Now, when we supply the 5-volt supply and expose to the gas, then some gases concentration is stored by the LCD display, and we collect this data from the MQ2, MQ6, and MQ135 from a purchase simulation and microcontroller. Or sometimes I also use Arduino, but Arduino is a remake, so that's why we use purchase simulation. And but the main problem is the source problem because in purchase simulation we cannot give the smoke. So so but one advantage is that in this sensor a small potentiometer is connected, so it is directly related to the practical environment. So when we expose the gas, its resistance is increase or decrease. So we can also use a potentiometer, potentiometer resistance sensing and use is a actual environment. So from the Proteus simulation, from the Proteus simulation, we get different types of value from MQ to MQ, 135 and MQ here. First, as a source, we have used the carbon monoxide sample from the cigarette smoke. So when we place the carbon monoxide sample to the three sensor, MQ to MQ6 and MQ135, so it gives a value
sensor value like in ppm percentage. ppm percentage. So, but in our project, we have used 500 ppm as a threshold value. Means when the gas concentration reaches to the 500 or it's above, then this LCD displays the above required ppm as a percentage. So, by using this analysis, the data using from this sensor and also using the LibreOffice based on the data taken from the gas sensor. So we analyze the different types of sensitivity of the sensor. Firstly, the sensitivity is sensitivity towards carbon monoxide. So a graph is plotted taking the sensor value in y-axis in ppm and resistance ratio along x-axis. Resistance ratio means Rs by R naught, where Rs stand for the sensor resistance, R naught is the load resistance, because it is the its type of accuracy, or X like a potentiometer of the device, because when gas is exposed, its resistance is sensed. So that's why we use a resistance ratio. So from the result, we have found that MQ2 gas sensor has the highest sensitivity towards carbon monoxide than the others, because it gives a linearly increasing value from 10, 20, 30. 30 it's 3000 ppm. 40 means 4000 ppm, and up to 8000, 7000 ppm. But MQ135 and MQ6 does not give the value as much satisfactory value. So that's why, as a summary, we have said that the MQ1 MQ2 sensor is much sensitivity towards carbon monoxide. Now the next is sensitivity towards LPG. Uh, so as a source, we have used cigarette lighter and hold the lighter for few seconds near the sensor as a sample, since it releases the LPG gas. So again, we have taken the data and also analyzes the data by using the Proteus and LibreOffice and analysis the data towards the LPG. And from the result, we have found that MQ6 gas sensor has high sensitivity towards LPG compared to the MQ2 and MQ135. Next sensitivity is towards gas content in air. Normally, we have used carbon monoxide, LPG, and ammonia, because in our practical environment, if 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 in a house, if fire is happened, then carbon monoxide is emitted from the fire. So our immune system is not detected, is not uh, is not only doing for the analyze the sensitivity of different gases, but it can use it as safety device or portable device, which can be installed in different types of home application or office. So that's why we have used carbon monoxide sample, or LPG sample is very because it can also be used as like a LPG gas detector, leakage gas detector. So that's why we have used LPG as a source. Next, sensitivity towards gas content, towards ammonia gas content is in air. So we have installed the sensor in a urinal room for a few seconds, and because it contains the ammonia. So when we from the result, the procedure is same from the above MQ2 and MQ135. So from the result, we have found that MQ135 gas sensor has the highest sensitivity towards ammonia, because MQ135 not only used as a normal gas detector, but it can also act as a air quality sensor. But it is impossible to available our source like oxygen or nitrogen source. That's why we have used ammonia, because it is easily available. Next, so conclusion. So from our project, we have gained knowledge of different types of sensor, how this sensor connected to the or interfacing with different microcontroller, or how this sensor can be used as a practical environmental. So this project demonstrates design and implementation of an inner system. So using the metal oxide gas sensor, and how oxide gas sensor working. So metal oxide gas sensor network have been proven themselves to be reliable solution in providing odor control and environmental monitoring. Environmental monitoring means MQ135 acts as an environmental monitoring, because not only for ammonia, but we can also use nitrogen or oxygen. So the main advantage of this inner system is the simplicity and its ability to warn the stakeholder about the different gases. So in addition, This electronic nose able to sense the gases, and gas sensor will start to read the odor value, and odor is placed within a confined area. All the data processing is done on LibreOffice, which is more easy and simple. And based on the different data taken, the threshold value can be set. But in our project, we have used only 3 sensors. But in a complete system, we can add more and more sensor to act as a complete air quality detector or complete system. So by using different types of gas sensor, we are able to detect different types of odor and can make the electronic system more useful in the practical type, or also as a commercializing in the market. Or we can use a GSM module system. Uh, GSM module system means if no one is if we make the sensor as a portable system and installed in home, then if no one is in home, then or if LPG is detected or some poisonous gas is enters the room, then it gives some SMS to the user. So user can know that some gas is enters my home. By using Raspberry Pi microcontroller, pattern recognized for odor also can be done. The discrimination of odor will be more accurate and efficient by using pattern recognition. Pattern recognition means it's a type of DNA fingerprinting type. Moreover, it is directly related to the biological system or DNA fingerprint system. In pattern recognition, we can know the different types of behavior of the gas, how toxic the gas, and what the nature of the its
Okay,
chemical.
next,
So if
next slide.
uh,
See, here two blocks are present. One is yes and one is no.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How can you relate these two blocks to the whole flowchart?
Ma'am, in the first, when I previously asked the sensor needs a preheating time. So if we
Okay.
normally connect the sensor to the 5 volt supply, then system is activated, but it does not show any type of gas concentration. Just show the gas is detected, or gas if gas value is greater than 500 ppm, means it is the
Okay.
threshold value of the gas. If it exceeds the threshold value, then the gas is if gas concentration is greater than 500 ppm, means the threshold value of the gas. If someone can set it is different value like 400, 500 means it is the middle value of the gas. So means if it if gas concentration is increased the 500 ppm, then the LCD displays that some gas is detected, and also shows its concentration like 600 ppm. Mainly it is in the percentage 60 ppm. Or when gas is detected, then buzzer is activated, means the system told us that the gas is detected and acts as a warning system. And in our future scope, we can also a exhaust fan system, means if the gas
Okay.
is
Okay.
detected
Okay.
or enters the gas, then gas can also be exhaust from the
connection of the gas sensor that shows the pins, blue pins and all those pins.
So, basically, the gas sensor module has 6 terminals. Among the six
Hmm.
terminals, 2 terminals are for the heating of the coil. Then the other four
Okay.
terminals are VCC, that is the power supply. Then we have ground. Then we have digital output and analog output.
Okay.
The working of the gas sensor is the ability of a gas sensor to detect gases depends on the chemi resistor to conduct current. In our gas sensor, we have a tin dioxide
Mhm.
layer. It is also called metal oxide
Okay.
semiconductor because tin dioxide is an N-type semiconductor that has free electrons. So normally our atmosphere will contain more oxygen than combustible gases. So our oxygen electron attracts the free electrons present in the SnO2, that is tin dioxide, which pushes
Okay.
them to surface of the SnO2. So therefore no free electrons available. Therefore the output current will be zero normally. But
Okay.
when the sensor is placed in a toxic or combustible gaseous environment, the chemical bond between the oxygen and the free electron breaks. So this releases the free
Okay.
electrons. So the free electrons, they go back to its initial position and they can conduct current. So conduction will be the conduction will be proportional to the amount of the free electrons that is available in the tin dioxide layer. So if the gas is highly toxic, more free electrons will be available, and according to that, we can get the concentration of the gas.
Okay. Okay.